Alright, so I'm working out number 114 on page 314. It says, write the chemical equation representing the decomposition of water into two gaseous products. And what are the products? So I'm representing the decomposition. So if you remember decomposition, it's the separating or the breaking apart of two elements. So I start off with AB, some reaction occurs, and I'm left with A plus B, a decomposition. So here I have water, H2O, in a liquid state, and I'm going to be left with, well, what are the only two elements that it's made out of? Hydrogen and oxygen. But if you remember, hydrogen and oxygen are not found in nature by themselves. These are two diatomic molecules, so I'm always going to have hydrogen 2 plus oxygen 2. Okay, and they're both going to be in a gaseous state. Okay, so since they're in a gaseous state, and I look at my ratios, here I have two hydrogens, and I have two hydrogens. I'm okay. But look over here, two oxygens and only one oxygen. So that tells me that I have an imbalanced equation. I'm not done yet. I need to balance this out. So I'm going to go ahead and just, oops, wrong one. Let me correct my mistake here. Okay, so I'm going to write out my spaces for my coefficients. Okay. So if I look at the ratios, if I look at the most complicated one, which is H2O on my reactant side, I have two hydrogens and I have two oxygens on the opposite side. That means I need two oxygens. So if I use a 2, let me change that color. If I use a 2, this 2 distributes over to the hydrogen, giving me ultimately 4 hydrogens. Because if I have two water molecules and each water molecule has two hydrogens, that means I have a total of 4 hydrogens. Which means I also need 4 hydrogens on the product side. And I have 2 here, so change that to a 2. So this 2 also distributes over to the oxygen, giving me 2 oxygens. Well, as it turns out, so reactant side I have 2, product side I also need 2. But as it turns out, I already have 2. So I just need 1. Okay, and there's my balanced equation. Okay, so the second part of the equation says, what are the products? Well, my products, changing color pins here, my products are oxygen gas and hydrogen gas. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean this up for you so you can see what happened. Trying to be neat about this. Okay, so I'm going to go back and rewrite my coefficients. Okay, and that's basically what I'm going to end up with right here. Okay, 2 water molecules breaking up to make 2 hydrogen molecules and 1 diatomic oxygen gas molecule. Okay, and that's number 114.